stop me now. Don't stop me. Having a good time, having a good time.
Good morning, listeners. Welcome to our show, Life, Laughter, Kashrut. You've got myself, Joanne Levy, and Rabbi Pesach Steinberg. Welcome.
Good morning, Joanne.
Good morning. Good. How are you?
Good,
okay.
thank you.
Tuesday
what are we
morning.
Talking about today?
We're going to be talking about soup, our favourite thing to talk about. We're going to be talking about gratitude. We're going to be talking about webinars, and we got some fabulous music by Omer Adam. Yeah, pronounced
Yay.
his name right? Yay.
Yeah, well
Let's
done.
go.
Okay.
Don't stop me now. Don't stop me. Having a good time, having a good time.
Well, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
It's all going well. What's the weather like outside today?
Got to check.
Have to check.
I forgot to check.
Oh my gosh, you're already laughing already.
I know.
I think
You
we should
make me
call this
laugh.
program the laughter life in Kashrut.
I know. It's your fault. You make me laugh.
Sorry about that. Yeah.
How's your week been?
It is. I am busy as a bee. People
Good.
want things done,
Yeah.
and I am attempting to remain productive.
Yes.
And I think I'm not quite sure how to kind of balance that. Yeah.
Oh, that's not good. I mean,
Yeah.
it's good that you're busy, but not good if you can't balance your life. That's not
I
good.
think the goal at the moment is to stay productive
Yes.
and just try and make sure that you do that. All parts of your life are coming together nicely.
Good.
What about you?
It's busy here, especially with the lockdown, getting masks. Oh my gosh. So it's just everything. And Continental, I went to pick up my order today and they made a mistake and they said, oh, you can come back and fix it. And I went, you know what? I just can't. It was just too hard to go
Couldn't
back.
they just do it on the spot?
No, because I picked up the box and brought it home.
Oh.
So I did an online order, which I was trying to save time, not to have to go back there again. Anyway.
And it was mucked up.
Yeah, they made a little mistake.
All right. Well, they can send it out to you and fix it up.
No, they gave me more than I needed. They gave me 4 times when I had ordered of one item.
Did you pay for it?
Yeah.
Good grief. Wow.
I know. It was just a little bit too much. Anyway, I've managed to
Good
find
on you for being honest.
No, so they've paid. I had to pay for it and I got 4 times what I needed.
Oh, that's what I mean. You paid 4 times what you expected.
Yeah, so I had a bit of a heart attack when I saw that. Anyway, I managed to find some room in the freezer for it. So it's all good. It's all good. And so our soup, okay, can I tell you, this week's chicken soup was pretty awesome. We had it for Shabbat dinner. It was great. Thank you.
We were using our new 50-litre pot.
I know.
And
it's massive. You could probably put Tamara. Well. You could put Tamara in the pot. No, I meant not to cook her, just that she would fit in it. It's so big.
What sort of stupid thing is that to say?
We're not cooking Tamara. She could just
That's ridiculous.
play in it.
All right, let's move on.
No, I was trying to say how big it is. Like she could actually fit in the pot.
It's big.
It is big. Yep. It's massive.
So we went out and got some more chicken frames this morning.
Oh,
and
awesome.
And I've got that boiling away. So we've got, because the freezer is almost depleted, I'd say there's certainly no more than a dozen containers in there now.
Oh my gosh. My gosh. Well, I worked out, I did 6 hours of schlepping last week, giving out soup.
That's good.
Driving around.
Not all in one go.
No, I did it over 2 days.
Oh, that's good. Well,
and everyone was very appreciative of the soup, and I know that I was for Shabbat, so thanks. Anyway, it was great. It was really good.
And actually, just out of interest as well, this is something that's more of a not like a private business issue, is that we have sponsors for the next, I think it's 4 or 5 weeks.
Really? Oh, yeah. That's brilliant.
Yeah, it's really great.
That's really, really good.
People are putting their hand up and like people say, how much is it? And I say, look, it doesn't really matter. It could be $18, could be $36, could be $50, and people are giving $120, and we're hopefully we're putting it to good use. You know,
we are. You bought the new pot.
That's right. And we got a new stick mixer, which I'm
Yeah.
excited to use this week as well.
Awesome. The zhuzha, as I call it.
The zhuzha. Yep,
The
that's
zhuzha.
right.
Awesome. That's really exciting. So we've
That's
got a
very exciting.
new pot and new zhuzha. Awesome.
Yep.
That's really, really good. We have to get a second pot, I think, the way you're going.
Yeah, actually, I'm not sure if I can fit a second pot. So I can fit a smaller pot, but not like another 50 litre.
It's just massive. It's massive. So anyway, I was hoping to get a, someone had offered to donate a freezer to me, but it hasn't come through.
Come on.
I know.
You can do it.
So anyway, I've been looking around. I haven't got one. I may actually just buy a freezer at the moment. I found one online. It's a fridge. It converts between a freezer and a fridge. And I thought,
Oh, that's useful.
That's useful. So I could use that.
Yeah.
So I thought I might just go
Well, are there
and buy
any
that.
listeners out there who would like to subsidise a freezer for hearty community soups?
Yeah.
It is most welcome.
Thank you. And I'm also going to set up, because you know how organised I am and you know I like my lists and being organised, I'm actually going to set up an online form. So if people want to send us, it's part of our Instagram page. Did you know that we have an Instagram page now?
I think you told me.
Yeah.
What's listed on the Instagram? Is there pictures and
There's
stuff?
pictures. Yeah, there's pictures of
okay.
our new pot. There's a picture of you. There's a picture of me.
Can I post pictures myself there?
Of course.
Okay, good. All right.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So it's called Hearty Soup Melb, as in Melbourne, MELB. So it's all one word, Hearty Soup Melb.
Okay.
And I'm going to be setting up a form. I just haven't had a chance to do it yet. And so if people are interested, whether they want to sponsor or they want to, perhaps they need some soup or they want to reach out to us, this form will cover everything.
And is it on Instagram?
Yep. I haven't done it yet, but
Interesting.
I will be. It's on the to-do list with everything else. So it will be done this week.
Very good.
And it'll come to us. So we have our own email address.
Yeah.
So, it'll come through to there.
Well done.
Thanks. You know, I'm organised. You know, I like these type of things.
Yeah, that's very good.
Thanks.
Yeah, I mean, I've got so much going on that I can't devote that much time to it. All I can devote is the manpower to actually make.
Well, you're doing all Well, you're doing all the cooking at the moment.
The meals.
I just lost you. You're frozen. Oh no. It's just me talking to myself now. You're frozen.
No.
You're back. Good. You're frozen.
Let's go to a advert.
Promo. Let's do a promo. I can't hear it.
You're listening to J-Air, Jewish Australian Internet Radio. J-Air broadcasts to Caulfield and nearby suburbs on 87.8 FM, as well as streaming online at j-air, that's air.com.au.
You're always going to be picked up.
Don't forget, we're on J-Air. I forgot to say that at the beginning. We are on J-Air. So it was funny, you know, us Jewish women, we tend to overcook for Shabbat dinner, as you understand. I know Rochelle's pretty awesome when she makes her Shabbat dinners. And so the problem is that you go and you spend all this time and you make the soup and the entrees and everything and the challah. And then by the time you get to the main meal, everyone's going, I'm too full to eat anything else.
It's so true.
It annoys me.
It's true. Yeah. Happens all the time.
I was so busy last week and on Friday, I thought, you know what? I'm going to combine it all into one. So I had entrees and main. I just did one main. One.
So for Shabbos dinner,
yeah,
you just put everything out.
I just put it all out in one go.
What about, do you do soup? But what about the soup?
Yeah, we did do soup. So we had your soup, which was amazing.
So you did challah?
No. So we just did we did after hamotzi, we went straight into soup.
Yeah.
That was it. And I didn't allow anyone to eat anything. They could only have this. And then I brought out the challah, the dips, and then I put everything out in one go.
Yeah.
But I made it easier and everyone decided that that's what they want next week. So I did an Israeli style dinner. So there were dips and falafel. So it was all vegetarian and barekas and things like that. So it was just everything on the table, just everything.
Yeah, I don't mind that kind of attitude.
It was so good. Everyone gave it the big thumbs up and said, can we do that next week?
And dinner's over within 20 minutes and everyone's happy.
couldn't believe it. One said, "Can you do it again?" And I went, so normally I spend like hours trying to get dinner ready, and now I can just put out, that. So that was great. It was really, really good. So it was a winner. So, and also big thanks to Onig for some of their salads. I bought some instead of doing
they've
everything.
really come up really well, haven't they? There's a lot of new food production that they're coming out with.
Yep.
It's really marvelous. Good on them.
It's good. I was
But
so
did you
busy.
hear that there's a new fish?
I was about to
a new
say,
fish restaurant.
Yeah, near you, fish and chips.
Is it?
Near
I
you.
don't know anything about it.
I just got the email from Kosher Australia, and when I drove past it the other day, I just saw a fish sign, and I went,
That's
"Oh,
very exciting." Is that where the old fish shop was?
no, it's on the
previously?
opposite side. It's next to the chocolate place."
Oh, okay. What?
Yep.
Maybe where the old chocolatine was?
Yes. Yeah, you'll have to go try it out
Good idea.
and give us a
wow.
report back on how it's going.
Because we're coming up to the 9 days tomorrow night,
Yes, I was going
which
to
I
mention
assume
that.
is on your list to talk about.
Well, I thought I'd mention it actually. Yes.
Yeah.
So no meat. Yes.
No meat. But it's perfect to start the 9 days with a new fish restaurant.
Yes.
Good timing for them. Well done.
I think we're pretty lucky with all our kosher restaurants in Melbourne. You don't get as many in Sydney, and I think we're pretty lucky here.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's good. It's very good, and
Just
especially
keeping
the parav options too, like the falafels and the pizzas. I was having a think about it this morning actually.
Yes.
That we've got a fair share of milchik and parav, and we've got everything.
Yeah, we're pretty lucky. We're pretty lucky.
Just don't have a Chinese restaurant. We need a kosher Chinese restaurant.
We did. Just around the corner.
We needed Panda closed.
I know. That's what I'm saying. We did.
Yeah, but we that would be good to have something like that, like a dinky dye Chinese restaurant.
The noodle boxes. That sounds perfect. So keeping on the soup thing, I've been very lucky. I was talking about it last week, but I didn't like what I said. So I just want to go back to what I said.
What did you do?
All these ladies, I didn't sound like I was grateful for all these women fattening me up with their beautiful pastries and cakes that they keep serving me.
Yeah, I thought that was a bit rough, actually. It was a bit rude. I wasn't happy.
Oh, really? You were happy that it was me being fattened up and not you.
That's true.
Right.
Yeah, keep them out of here.
I really just want
God bless them.
I want to acknowledge how amazing that they are and that these women are cooking for me. It's so nice. They're just amazing. Like, they're just so beautiful. And it was really, really nice.
I want Rosquettes.
Yep, they're coming.
And what's the one where you drizzle the rose water on top that your mother-in-law makes?
Oh, the basbousa.
Is it? Yeah.
Basbousa. Bass. B-A-S-S. Basbousa. I can make that for you.
Okay.
So we were supposed to have a cooking bee at your place. I'd already organised with the ladies to make you some rosquette, but then we had the lockdown. So now there's no cooking bee.
Right. Yeah. Have you got your mask ready?
Yeah, I do, actually. Thanks to your mother-in-law who made me one.
Really? She made me one too.
She made me one. It was so nice. I was using it today.
Yeah?
Yeah.
She had to make me an extra big one to go around my beard.
How do you do it with the beard?
You just have to have an extra big one. It's like about a centimetre away from an inch away from the edge of your face.
That would be hard, actually.
It's too hard on my ears.
You know what's hard with the mask? You can't wear glasses and a mask. I worked that out today. You
cannot wear glasses.
Yeah,
and
my sunglasses and a mask and earrings. And I'll tell you the other thing that's going to happen. Lipstick sales.
Why can't you wear?
It just doesn't work. My sunglasses keep falling off.
Your sunglasses keep falling off. Why? Oh, because it's too.
I don't know what it is.
There's not enough friction at the top of your ears or something.
I don't know. All I know is they kept falling off. So I took them off today. And I need them because they're prescription sunglasses. So I actually need to wear my glasses.
There's a video that's just come out of one where you put a tissue on top of your nose. Did you see that?
Yeah, but I also got the disposable ones. How to do it? You got to tie the little bits on and then do it anyway. Whatever. I'm using your.
I really want to try the sock.
Oh yeah, we should do that.
Have you seen the sock?
Yeah, I've seen that. I think people were doing that on the weekend for a bit of fun.
Yeah, I want to try that for sure.
I don't know if you've got a sock big enough to fit over your beard though.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe a balaclava. I'll buy balaclava and cut off everything around here. That's a good idea.
You know, the irony is that you can walk around now with a balaclava and no one would say anything to you.
Perfectly acceptable.
It is acceptable. You can walk into a bank with a balaclava and it's actually okay. That's a bit of a worry now. Imagine if I said this we'd been discussing this 2 years ago.
I've never understood how the Muslims get away with wearing a hijab into a bank. I just don't know how they get away with it.
Well, they can get away with it now.
They can because of PC.
Yeah, that's right.
Political correctness means that you can get around
everything.
Obvious flaws. Whatever.
So, yeah. Are we up to having a song, our first song?
Okay. So the first song is I've got here, you sent, it's called Tefillah.
Yeah, so this is from our good friend, yours and mine, Tammy. So she put it on. It's so good. It's really good.
Here it comes.
Yeah.
הוא היושב לו ישן במרומים, הוא הרופא כל חולים, הוא הנותן רוב שמחה לילדים, הוא העושה משפטים, הוא בשמיים והוא היחיד, הוא הגדול הנורא, הוא השומר עלינו מצרה, אלוה שמור עלינו כמו ילדים, שמונה ואל תעזוב, תן לנו אור ושמחת נעורים, תן לנו כוח עוד ועוד, שמונה עלינו כמו ילדים, שמונה ואל תעזוב, תן לנו אור ושמחת נעורים, תן לנו גם מה כבר נותר לנו עוד בימים, מה כבר נותר כל היום, שמש תקווה והמון מבטים, לילה ויום של חלום, הוא בשמיים והוא היחיד, הוא הגדול הנורא, הוא השומר עלינו מצרה, אלוה שמונה עלינו כמו ילדים, שמונה ואל תעזוב, תן לנו אור בשמחת נעורים, תן לנו כוח עוד ועוד, שמונה עלינו כמו ילדים, שמונה ואל תעזוב, תן לנו אור בשמחת נעורים, תן לנו גם לאור. שמונה עלינו כמו ילדים, שמונה ואל תעזוב, תן לנו אור ושמחת נעורים, תן לנו כוח עוד ועוד, שמונה עלינו כמו ילדים, שמונה ואל תעזוב, תן לנו אור ושמחת נעורים, תן לנו גם לאור.
Find us on Facebook. Just head to www.facebook.com/J Radio. That's 2 R's. J Air Radio.
Stop me now. Stop me. Having a good time, having a good time.
That was funny.
How good is that song?
Except I
What?
forgot that during the 3 weeks, you
I know.
tend not to
I asked that
instrumental
question
music.
off you. I did ask that question off you
When?
this morning.
Oh, what did I say?
You didn't answer.
I didn't answer. Oh, hang on.
Go back
I
and
didn't
check your
even see that.
messages.
Music for today. Assume you want us to play music. Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I didn't
I wasn't
understand
sure.
what you were
I wasn't
saying.
sure. Okay. I wasn't sure. Anyway, you're the rabbi.
So normally during the 3 weeks you play a cappella music without
That's right.
instrumentation. Yeah.
I know. That's why I wanted to ask you. And
All
since
good.
you said it was okay, I went, okay, it's okay for me then.
When
Oh,
is
yeah.
that means that Tisha B'Av, Rosh
I thought it was
Chodesh
9
is,
days. I thought it was 9 days of Av.
well, even more so. So
Okay.
next
But
week
doesn't
we'll skip your music altogether next week.
yeah, that's right, because it starts tomorrow, yeah?
Correct. And then tomorrow night, Tuesday night.
Okay, so what does that mean? No music next Tuesday?
Right. And so Tisha B'Av must be there for, I think it must be next Thursday,
Okay.
maybe next Friday, whatever it is.
So what does that mean for the show? Can you have any music or no music at all?
Next week,
Yeah.
maybe next week we'll do some, we won't do music necessarily, we'll do something else.
Okay, we'll do that.
Yep.
Fair enough.
Maybe a poem.
Maybe we
In
can
Hebrew.
we'll read out the poem of love that you wrote to Rochelle when you got engaged.
Oh, by the way,
Yeah,
I
let's do
don't
that.
have that, by the way. I don't have it.
No, I've got a copy of it. We're going to read it out.
What have you got? So there's also, following Tisha B'Av,
Yes.
not quite a week after, on Tu B'Av,
Yes.
that is known as the Jewish holiday of love.
Yes, I've actually organised a promotion on that day. I'm putting one of my books for free.
Ah,
Yeah.
thinking
It
ahead. Well done.
features a Orthodox Jewish woman. So I thought that was appropriate to make that book free. It's going to be free for 2 days.
Very nice.
Just to download.
Excellent.
No, not paperbacks, just e-copies. Yep.
Very
So
good.
yeah, it's part of my promotions. You know, it's funny, I must spend a lot of money on Facebook because I now have my own Facebook manager helping me with my ads at the moment, which was pretty exciting.
Wow.
When I first got the email, I didn't know if it was some, I don't know, scam or something, but it
That's
turned
right.
out it's actually true. So I have a Facebook manager account
Wow.
for 3 months now helping me with my ads. I was
That's
pretty
excellent.
excited. Yeah, I was really excited about that. So it's all good. How are you coming along with your writing?
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I've actually, my books, the first part of the book, I've split it up into 5.
Yep.
And the first part of the book is virtually done. I just have to do some editing and hopefully have it out on Amazon, hopefully in about 2 to 3 weeks.
That's amazing.
Can
Wow.
I ask you a favor? Can you pause this, please?
Yep.
we're
Okay, back on. All good, all good. Okay, so, you know, the thing is with this whole lockdown, and I think that a lot of people are doing some really great work, and something that I was talking to you about, reaching out to people, that you don't have to be physically there to go and either do a cooking demonstration or to hear a talk or inspiration, you know, things. So CSG did a really good webinar last night. So I wanted to talk about that because I think it had some really great lessons in it. But the thing is that there was over 120 people turned up, and it was fantastic. Like, it was really, really good. It was moderated well. It was run well.
What were they talking about?
So I was talking about resilience. So he had 3 women. It actually made me very proud of being Jewish.
What do you mean he? Who's he?
Sorry, 3 women.
They had 3 women. Okay.
They had 3 women on the panel, and they all had gone through something terrible. Like, each of them each had a terrible story. Like, it was just horrific. Yet these women were unbelievable. They didn't just curl up into a ball. They used their grief to go and do something amazing and powerful with it. And that's what we were talking about, the resilience. I just was blown away. And I'd made some notes because I really wanted to talk about how lucky we are. I think sometimes people make disparaging comments about being Jewish, being in the community. I know it's a small community, but there's just so much positive, and I really wanted to I took some of the lessons that these women talked about last night, and I just wanted to talk about it because I thought that we need to remind ourselves how lucky we are to be part of the Jewish community, because we do look after each other. I know that we've mentioned, I mean, we've got our own radio station, J-Air. We've got CSG, we've got a library, we've got restaurants, we've got all this stuff, and people forget that this is a really great community to belong to. So
it actually makes me think that a lot of these presentations should actually be broadcast on J-Air.
that would be good. I know that they did a recording of it. I don't know if people can go and watch it or how. And the thing was, it was a free event, but they did ask for a donation to CSG, obviously, since they'd organised it. But it was really good. I mean,
I'd like to hear about some of it.
It was brilliant. It really was really good. So you've got one woman who's lost her husband. I mean, they're all my age. Someone who lost a child through stillbirth. Someone who lost a child through SIDS. Yet these women had overcome their not that they'd overcome, they were still carrying the grief, but they had done something amazing with that grief. And it was really inspiring, and they talked about it. And so some of the things that I thought was interesting, they talked about the gratitude and being grateful for what you have. And I think a lot of us forget that. I'm not just talking about when I say us, I'm talking about people in general. Just
100%.
being able to get up in the morning. Like, you know, we all say more, well, not everyone, but I'm just saying when you say more down, you're thinking that you can actually get up in the morning. Not everyone gets that chance to wake up in the morning healthy.
Very
and
good.
not everyone can wake up in the morning and be able to get out of bed. Some people need help to get out of bed, you know?
Yep. Very good.
We're also talking about the power of connection and being there for someone. And I think sometimes when someone's going through this grief, so for example, someone's lost their husband, someone's lost a child, it's really uncomfortable and you don't know what to do or what to say. And having gone through a really difficult time, which you know about a few years ago, a lot of people just avoided it. It was just easier to say nothing. And so when you're the person who's grieving and you've got no one talking to you, it's really hard. So one of the things that they did say is that if you don't know what to do, go and ask that person. So for example, with someone
someone else who's had that
the person who's
experience.
going through it, because everyone deals with it in their own way. So the person who's lost a child through stillbirth, which is horrific, and if you're just too uncomfortable, like go and ask them, what do you need? Do you want to watch a movie? Do you want me to just come and hold your hand? Do you just want to cry in my arms? Do you just want to go out for a drink or whatever? And everyone deals with things. And
because the easy option is not to do anything because you really don't know what to do.
Correct. And I have to tell you, from my experience, a lot of people did that. And that was really hard because it made me feel isolated and lonely. And these women were sort of also saying similar things, that people didn't know what to do, and so they did nothing. And I think sometimes if you're not too sure, just go and ask. So what do you need from me? I mean, that's how to be a good friend. One of the positives that they said, which I agree with, is that the Jewish community really rallies around people in grief. And I think
we're very good like that, aren't we?
We are good.
It's part of to the extent that it's actually part of our religion, and it's part of our culture. It's not something that we, in many ways, we don't actively do it. It's, I mean, it is active, but it's second nature to us.
I think it's, you know, even like when we're sitting Shiva and people are coming in and bringing soup, like what you did when we lost my father-in-law, and people brought in sandwiches and things, and there was just food there. You know, people may not like that. That's just how we do things, but in a way, it is really supporting those who are grieving and in loss. So that was really positive. And the other thing is to remind ourselves that not everyone copes in the same way. And I know it's the bleeding obvious, but they were saying that some women went back to work and people were like making disparaging remarks about them. But for them, they just needed to get on with their life. And it wasn't that they'd forgotten about the grief and the loss that they were going through, but if they just sat at home, it was like they were just unproductive. They were just sitting at home thinking about their grief. They wanted to go back to work. They wanted to do this, yet people were sort of putting them down for making that choice. And I thought that was something to think about, that just because someone goes back to work after loss maybe that's their way of coping. So maybe
That's
we
really
should just be less judgmental about, and I think that is something that we should always be mindful of. Don't be judgmental. You don't know what's going on in that person's life.
Do you think there's an element of paranoia with that?
No, I don't see that.
No. Okay. I mean, they may be experiencing a feeling that is not necessarily, it's real because they're experiencing it,
Mm-hmm.
but they may think that other people are thinking about them in this way, but it's actually not the case.
I think that there were comments made. I think it was more like that, as opposed to them thinking about it.
Yeah.
There was also that issue that when you go through such a massive grief, or such a shock of losing, your life partner, your husband, your wife, like that, suddenly you don't fit in anymore. So you're surrounded by your friends who their lives are sort of all continuing on, and your life has just gone through this massive change, and it's almost like you don't fit in anymore and you need to work yourself out again. And one of the things that they said that was interesting, that all three of them said, that time doesn't heal.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, hang on. How close to these incidents has it been for these people? Is it something that's happened over more than decades?
No, because they were my age. So one was, it was about 3.5 years. I don't know about some of the others, but I think it was, I would say, under 5 years, or one, I think.
Right.
Yeah. I think one was between 5 and 10 years. But then one of the things that they were talking about that was interesting is that they still want to talk about it. So sometimes people don't want to talk about someone's stillborn baby, but they want to, like, it's something that they want to talk about, and not however they want to talk about it. And again, it goes back to what I was saying before, is just to be there for them. And perhaps they want to talk about the grief, maybe, and your job is just to sit there and listen to them.
Yeah. It's important to express yourself, and there is always the option to just keep it all in and just suffer in silence. But I don't think there wouldn't be many, let's say, psychologists out there or counsellors out there who would say just keep it to yourself and bottle it up. You need to talk about it, even if there's a close confidant or even seeking professional help. Yeah.
And I think that what I saw with these women were all amazing. Like, one of them had lost a child through SIDS, and she was the one who'd started up SIDS. Was it the Red Nose Day, which I thought was incredible. I was just blown away by her. They all spoke well, but I just found that what they had done with their lives, they hadn't allowed that grief to consume them, that they had used that grief to do something really positive for someone else.
Yeah. Are they Jewish?
Yeah, all Jewish.
All Jewish.
Yeah, and that's why it made me really proud to be part of the community, that they had gone on and done this. That was like really, really great.
Don't you find it extraordinary how grief sometimes pushes us to create and make something useful and worthwhile for yourself and for others? It can actually be an impetus for good, which is a shocking way to think about it. But here's the proof.
Well, that's it. And that's actually something that they spoke about. So it's not that they wanted this to happen, or it's not like, but they just said from this, the springboard of what they were able to accomplish. And I was just blown away by these women about their resilience. I really admired them. They were just absolutely fantastic. I mean, you can just consume yourself and go into a little ball and just not get out of bed for another 10 years. Or you can look at these women and then do something. And this is something that I was, looking at talking to you about. I think that this type of forum is really important. And I think, with the lockdown, it's made us look at, there's different ways of reaching out to people and doing things like webinars. And I think something like this also is that when you're talking about something personal, sometimes people don't want to turn up into a room with other people and be talking about whatever it is, whether it be stillbirth, issues with fertility, miscarriage, loss, and all of that. Maybe something like a webinar is a really good opportunity to reach out to people, where people can be in the comfort of their own home. It's anonymous, so people don't know who's there. So, and you can still get that you can listen to someone.
Interaction.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
But I think that
very good.
maybe some people may be really uncomfortable in turning it up into a hall with other people.
Yeah. Well,
So-
that's really important. Clearly, it's very important that Hatzolah, it was Hatzolah, yes?
No, it's CSG.
Sorry, CSG put this on.
Mm.
Well, it's obviously very important that they put this on, and judging by the number of people that tuned in, it was incredibly worthwhile and hopefully fulfilling for them.
Yeah, so they've started this She program, which I just happened to find on social media by chance. So I've signed up for that. And their next project is more uplifting. It's not
Do
something
you think
like this.
CSG is the right forum, is the right kind of group to be doing this?
I don't know, but obviously there's people in there who want to do this. So I don't know.
Yeah. Like, for example, NCJWs would be another good organisation. What I tend to like
Or
is
WESO.
WESO, yeah. What I tend to like are the community-wide umbrella groups.
Yes.
I mean, Shul is important, and the rabbis who give online shiurim and that sort of thing are really important. But I find that there's a couple of things that we're lacking in our Jewish community. For example, there's something that popped up a week or two ago. We don't have like a community elderly citizens group, or like a building, like a day centre sort of thing where you can go to.
Was that not Beth Weissman or the other one next to Jair? I've forgotten because I didn't grow up in Melbourne. I sometimes make mistakes.
Oh, the Theodore Herzl Club?
Yeah, was that?
Yeah.
I don't know. Is that supposed to be for an older people meeting place? I don't know.
It kind of is. It kind of is. I suppose that's true. I hadn't thought about that. But I think sometimes they lose a bit of momentum because they hide behind a name, for example, Beth Weitzman, or for example, Theodore Herzl, which is all very good and everything like that.
Yeah.
But I think people tend to forget what the main thrust of its purpose is. And now because they're kind of run by older people or whatever, they don't have the ability to go out to the community during these times and market themselves appropriately.
Yes, I think that you do need something. I know that they're just starting to do things for parents with children with special needs and disabled children. So I think that there's so much need in the community. There's so many people who need help, and it's really relying on people to be volunteers and step up and to do something.
Yeah. By the way, have you caught any of my little shiurim that I've done online? Only a couple of minutes each on this book. Have you seen any of those yet?
I will be listening to it. It's on my to-do list.
So this is the idea of doing this kind of resonates with me in terms of what you listened to last night, the Soul of Jerusalem, which it's the teachings of Rabbi Shlomo Kalibach, and this book is compiled by Rabbi Shlomo Katz, who lives in Efrat. And the whole idea behind it is that 2,000 years ago.
Sorry, I don't want to interrupt you, but I was just thinking, should we do another song and then you finish off with this? Because then that kind of finish off is that okay?
Okay, we'll do it right now. So this one is called Hopa.
Opa! No, it's Opa!
Opa. Hopa.
יש באדמה, חם לי בנשמה, כשאני רואה אותה כבר אין לי נשימה. איזו בחורה, בפנותף זהה, משתוללת ורוקדת כולה מסביבה. הנה ענייה, קצב מטורף, כל הרחבה בוערת, מה אני נפלא, כמה היא יפה, איך היא מטריפה, מה אני נמשך אליה כמו את לא צופה. איזו מסיבה,
Enjoy listening to J-Air? Support us and become a member by visiting our website j-air.com.au.
Stop me now. Don't stop me. Having a good time, having a good time.
And we're back.
And we're back. So you know the with the hoppa, it actually reminded me of smachot we've had in our family, that sort of Middle Eastern, and so you've got the men dancing and they're whistling through their teeth, doing the hoppa, and then the women are on the other side, and some of the women are belly dancing, which I'm very jealous of because I wish I could do that.
Yeah, and I was going to say I'm very jealous of the guys who can whistle through their teeth.
I know they can do it. I just
I
love
don't
it.
know how they do it so loud.
I know they do such a great job. So when I was taking Juddy for a walk, I was listening to this song a few times. It was just bringing back really good memories of some hot where it was sort of that, well, where we did it, and we had all our friends and family who were also Middle Eastern and doing that, singing and dancing. It was just bringing back really nice memories, which is why
That's
I
good.
decided to choose the song for today. So anyway, so we're going back to your mini shiurim. Did you get your 1,000 subscribers?
No, I think it went backwards actually.
Oh. So we have to get people to subscribe if you're on YouTube, so you can hit your 1,000.
Yeah, please subscribe to my channel on YouTube.
Yeah.
There's actually only one reason why I want it. It's because you can broadcast live on YouTube from your phone.
Yes.
If you have over 1,000 subscribers.
Oh, okay.
So I mean, really, that's crazy.
I've
I
subscribed.
don't know why that's necessary.
So
Thank
it's only
you.
one person. You've still got 900, and I don't know how many more you've got to go to get
So
to.
this book, which
Yes.
is a terrific book, it's about the destruction of the Beit HaMikdash and the destruction of Jerusalem 2,500 years ago. And it's kind of in some ways, it's
Is
kind
it
of
for
a
both
lamentation.
temples, for the first and second temple?
Well, that's what Tisha B'Av is.
That's right.
Right. So it's kind of a lamentation, if you get what I mean. You know,
Right.
it's the lamenting of it, which kind of fits in with what with the webinar that you listened to last night. Even the Jewish people, we like to hold on to these memories. We're good at that, and it kind of makes us who we are, because we have these traditional ways of keeping things in our culture and memorializing important events.
Yes.
So it's good to talk about it, and hopefully the goal is that we accomplish and we see the positive things, and we inspire others from the losses, and it teaches us lessons. And so the goal is to become better.
Yeah.
And I think that's really important for us as a people.
I think on the whole, as a people, we actually do that.
That's right.
I
Yeah,
think the
exactly.
majority of people do that. And I mean, using last night as an example is a perfect example of 3 women who've gone and taken their grief and gone and done something amazing for other people.
Yeah.
So it wasn't for them. It was to go and help those who had going through or would go through that loss.
Yeah.
So, go on.
Yeah,
sorry.
it can happen on like this macro or micro level.
Yes.
And it's interesting that it's the terrible moments, the grief-stricken moments that kind of can lay the foundations for the future. Like, I know it sounds strange, but like Christianity, they have this mentality of always with Yoshua and on the cross and all that sort of thing. And really, it's what's kept them going for 2,000 years. This grief over that particular incident. That's the perception in their minds. Whereas there are other things that keep people going, like conquering and overcoming and always striving. And I don't know, but there are always these events that make people move forward.
Okay. Well, I was also thinking that I know it was really hard when I had a baby. I was on my own, had my parents interstate. And one of the people that I drop soup off to, I don't know them. I actually don't know them. And I drop off food to them each week. And the reason I do it, and I was telling the husband, because I had a quick chit chat with him the other day, I said, I wish someone had done this for me. If someone had brought me a meal.
No, that's really beautiful.
Yeah, they're so grateful. They were struggling with the baby. She wasn't sleeping.
Yeah.
Anyway, they've got everything under control,
Yeah.
but they don't have support here, and which was similar to what I had. My mother-in-law was a full-time carer. My parents were interstate, and I would have loved if someone had just come around with soup. So
Yeah.
I think
I've had some people knock on the door that that I never would have expected to knock on the door, and they're also challenged with a couple of young children.
Yeah.
And even though they're very, very capable people, they just need a little bit of help.
That's right. Well, I think we spoke about this last week. I've got a couple of people who are so grateful for the soup. They're just so busy and they come home really late at night and they're juggling children and careers and everything. And they came home and I dropped off the soup. I'd left it for them with the bread and they were so grateful. They were just so thankful that I had gone and thought about them and dropped it off. So it's been good.
Yeah.
So well done.
We have to start thinking about what we're doing outside of soup. We have to do things that are not soup oriented for the summer season.
I wanted to do poke bowls.
What? What are you talking about?
Poke bowls. So you get your bowl, right? Yeah. It's not hard. It's not hard. We can do that.
Go on.
So you've got like your rice or quinoa, and then you've got your vegetables or whatever, and then you mix it up after. So it's like, but they can go into a fridge. But the problem is you've only got a freezer. We need a fridge.
Oh, I see.
You can think about it.
I see.
That's okay. We've got plenty of time to think about it.
Personally, I would prefer to freeze things because it's better for storage and better for keeping.
I know. Unless I swap over my freezer and when I buy my fridge and I give you my fridge. Or someone donates a fridge to you.
Have you checked out Gumtree, by the way?
No. I found it on Kogan. It was really good. It's a couple of $100. So I'm thinking I might.
You found it what?
I found it on Kogan, Kogan.
Oh, I see. A brand new one. Right.
Yeah, brand new one. Because it keeps falling through. Every time someone said they're going to donate and then I just thought, you know what, maybe I'll just go buy my own and it's just mine and I don't have to worry.
I'll talk to Jacques about it.
Just to go buy some more toys. So we've got 2 more minutes left.
So what's up for the rest of the week?
I think it's just the juggle with children at home, just dealing with everything. Coming over, we've got to start making some more soup, getting it out to everyone. Oh, you've just frozen.
It'll be the next couple of days.
Sorry, say that again.
That'll be the next couple of days of work.
That is. It's busy, and then getting it out to everyone as well. And big thanks to Glaze. They're giving us a donation this week, which is fantastic. They've been super busy.
Thank you, Glaze.
Yeah, thank you, Glazed. This stuff is fantastic. It's delicious.
Oh, great. Oh, so you'll bring it tomorrow?
Yep.
Excellent. Good news.
Yeah, so we're all good.
Yeah, wow. All
and
right.
it's an hour over. I can't believe it. It just goes by so quickly every time we're chatting. Honestly, it goes by quick.
All right. Well, we'll finish off now.
Yep. Have a good week.
Have a great week to you too.
Thanks. And to our listeners. And
everyone should be well and be safe. And
Amen.
And wear your mask.
Yeah, wear the mask. Even though you have to do it on Thursday, just start now. Just get used to it. It's just better to just start getting used to it. Yeah, wash your hands.
See ya.
Bye.